And with me in the studio today, I have a very big guest, and I'm very happy. I'm not alone. my name once again is Darasimi or OPEFEYITIMI, your favorite lawyer. And I have another lawyer all the way from a far jurisdiction, but don't worry, I don't want to burst the bubble yet. Welcome, Oreoluwa Adedapo.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
having me.
it's so nice to have you here
Thank
today.
you. Just one correction.
Okay.
Lawyer to be.
Oh, lawyer to be.
Lawyer to be.
Oh, so we have a lawyer to be and a lawyer in the studio, and of course a Rastafarian. A lot of you will not see him, but don't worry, you may not know. So this afternoon we're actually discussing a very very important and interesting topic. That's studying law in Nigeria and then studying law abroad, and not just anywhere abroad in Ireland. So we want to really go into the core difference. What does it feel like studying in Nigeria, being a lawyer in Nigeria? What are the stages you need to pass through? What are the number of years you are going to spend? And we want to compare it to what Oreoluwa experienced abroad. And believe me, trust me, she's here very loaded. Very loaded. So for our parents out there, if you want your children to study abroad, you want them to study law, should pay attention to this segment. Thank you. We'll be back shortly. So, Oreoluwa, if I want to be a lawyer in Ireland, or there are parents out there thinking of sending their children there, so what's the first thing you would tell them?
The first thing I'd let them know is that it takes a long time.
Very long
It
time.
takes a long time. I think the minimum I'd give is like 8 years, 8 to 10 years,
Just to be a
for-
lawyer.
just to become a lawyer in the Republic of Ireland. Every country has their different processes, but in the Republic of Ireland, it takes a minimum of 8 to 10 years. Everyone's journey is different, but for me, it will take me 10 years from when I started my undergraduate degree to when I become a qualified solicitor.
Let's look at it from this angle. How do you dedicate 10 years of your life to something? Is it just passion, or you met yourself there and you could not pull out again?
I think is it I think it's a mix of both. I think passion goes a long way. There's times when you just be, this past 2 years I've been working full time while studying for my professional exams. So I'll go to work in the morning, come back in the evening, and I'll study. And the only thing that gets me going is passion and God.
Passion and God. So if there was no passion at the beginning, you would have considered probably pulling out or something.
I think so. But I also think at the beginning, I wasn't very educated really on the route on how long it would really take. You kind of have an idea, but nobody really sits you down and lets you know,
Explain everything.
explains the process, because the process is a bit complicated.
In Nigeria here also, I spent almost 10 years,
Oh,
but
wow.
not because the program is worth 10 years, because of ASU strike, COVID-19 and everything. During COVID-19, some people actually had the opportunities to study from home. Unfortunately, we attended all these public institutions, so we're not ready for studying at home, so we had to wait. At the end of the day, we ended up spending almost 10 years or so. But in Nigeria, it usually starts with writing JAMB, and then you attend a university for 5 years for your undergraduate study. Does it apply there?
So what we do in Ireland is we have what we call, I think it's similar to JAMB, it's called the Leaving Cert. So you do that when you're in sixth year. When you're finished sixth year of secondary school. So you're finished secondary school. Everyone in the country, they do their leaving certificate. And you do this around age 17 to 18, and you sit that exam, and you sit at least 6 subjects. So for me, I sat English, maths, Spanish, business, economics, biology, and physics. So I did 7 subjects.
Biology and physics.
Biology and physics.
For a lawyer, I don't really understand. Were you building the rocket?
How I ended up with those science subjects is my dad encouraged me to take science subjects. He said it would be beneficial to me. I already knew, because I wanted to study law and business in college. So in my university, so I knew I didn't want to do science subjects,
So-
but I followed.
So was it beneficial for you?
I mean, it's always good to know biology.
Physics, uncle.
It's also good to know physics as well. You know, it's maths. You know, it's
Makes you smart.
makes you smart, I guess.
Oh, I struggle to even pass math.
Me too.
So I would not want to take physics, and I don't worry, we feel for you. So thereafter, then you get into the
Yeah.
university.
So when you're in 6th year, which is I think is like SS3
Mm-hmm.
in Nigeria,
In Nigerian
like,
context.
Nigeria
Okay.
context, I think then you sit your leaving cert, and during that year you look at the different universities that you want to go to, the different courses that you're thinking of doing. You go to different universities. You look at the university. They have open days, so you can go visit the universities, see the different courses they have if you'd like to go to that university. And then we have this thing called the CAO, and then you rank all the courses and the universities that you want to go to when you kind of apply for it,
You go through all this just to secure admission.
just to secure admission.
In Nigeria, once you get 200 and above in your jump,
No,
you are good to go.
no.
Okay.
And each course and at each university, they all have different thing that we call points. So they all have different points, and so all those subjects that you did,
Yeah.
when you get your results, it's all added up
To
and
the
it's calculated
point.
to a certain point,
Including your physics.
including your physics. 6 of your subjects are added, your best subjects. And in our country, in Ireland, to kind of encourage people to do so, in maths we have higher level maths and ordinary level maths. So higher level maths is harder and ordinary level maths is
So
easier.
which one did you go for?
Higher level maths.
I know
And
you always
the-
go for the hard one.
And the reason there's benefits to doing higher level maths because you get 25 extra points.
Oh.
So it's beneficial. So even if you're struggling, you still want that 25 points because it will push you to get
because
the
we actually don't really have much time already. So
sorry.
eventually you
Oh, yes.
get admitted to
So
the
you
school.
get admitted to the university, and then you do your degree, your undergraduate degree. And in Ireland for college, you don't to become a solicitor. I'm just speaking about the solicitor route because it's a different route for barristers.
You know, in Nigeria, interestingly, you become barrister and solicitor.
No,
It's
we
combined.
have separate routes, and then you decide early on which route you want to follow.
Before we go further, can you just differentiate between being a barrister and being a solicitor? A lot of people love to know.
Just to simplify it, in Ireland, being a solicitor, you're doing the contracts, you're negotiating, you're advising the companies, advising the people. But the barristers are the people that go to court and speak to the judges, and they represent the clients in the court.
A solicitor doesn't go to court.
They go to court sometimes, but it's the barrister that speaks to the judges and represents them, and it's the solicitors that will hire the barristers for their clients.
So you can choose to either be a barrister
or a solicitor.
Oh, that's very
Yeah, so
interesting.
I chose to be a solicitor. So the solicitor route is the route that I'm going through.
Oh.
And so the route is that you get your undergraduate degree, which can be 3 to 4 years. So that's me, 3 to 4 years. I did law and business at college, at university, and then after that, but recently they introduced this new route where during your college degree you can start taking your professional exams. But I didn't do that when I was in university, and so after I finished my university, I went to my master's.
How many years did you spend in the university?
4 years. Just 4 years.
Tell me why we spent 5 in Nigeria. I don't know. I don't really understand.
No, it's 4 years and there's more. Let me finish the process.
Okay.
So 4 years for my undergraduate, and then I did 1 year for my master's. And then after my master's, I started studying for my professional exams, and we call those the FE1s. So they are final examinations, and so these are entrant exams that you need to do before you can start what we call your training contract with a law firm. And so when you have a training contract with a law firm, that's when you spend 9 months in what we call Blackhall Place, which is like the Law Society of Ireland, and it's like law school in Nigeria. So you spend 9 months there. But while you're there, if you go to a big law firm, they'll pay for you to go to that.
They sponsor.
They'll sponsor you, and they'll pay you a livable wage. So they'll be paying you. You spend 9 months there, and then you will spend.
So you're earning a livable wage.
Yes.
That means okay. I believe your dad can hear that. He knows you're earning a livable wage.
You're earning a livable.
You don't need that this morning.
Yes, exactly. You're earning a good wage, and then but that's only if you go to a big firm that can sponsor you and can afford to sponsor you well. And so after that black hole place, you then have 2 years where you spend being a trainee solicitor in a law firm, and you're 2 years just practicing and learning how to be a solicitor.
Just before you complete it, or if you knew all this at the beginning, be honest, would you still have gone for it?
That's a very difficult question to answer. I think I have the passion, and I always say that I don't think there's anything else that I would be doing right now. And I always like to challenge myself. I think is one thing. I think my parents installed in that to always challenge myself and push myself. So I think, and also one thing is, I always think there's nothing too hard for me until I get into the process, and then I'm like,
No,
I'm
in
struggling.
fact, the moment you mentioned that you did physics and add maths, I already know. I knew you're someone that loved challenge. So that's very interesting. A lot of people listening to us might actually have one or two things to say or to ask. So if you want to join us, you can call on 0704 700369. You can also call us on 0704 700296. So, in Nigeria, the route is actually a little bit simpler, but yet we actually thought, until I heard your story now, I thought we were going the hard way. But now I realized we weren't going the hard way at all, because you just have to write your JAMB, and during your JAMB, you actually write 4 core art courses, as literature, English, religion, could be CRS or Islamic religious studies, and government. So then once you have enough points in your JAMB, you get admitted into a university. Normally, I think the JAMB score for law, to study law in Nigeria, is actually usually high. Like some universities, you have as high as 270, 260, over 400. The total is 400. So once you have 260 points, you are good to go. Then you study law for 5 years. The first year actually is not law, it's like general studies, English, philosophy, sociology, psychology, things that are not even directly relevant to law. But of course, before you can appreciate those courses, it will be later in your studies. Then you spend the next 4 years studying core law, but we still call it substantive law, because they will not teach you practical, just theories. Then you go for your law school. Law school should be like a year. So ideally in Nigeria, if there's no ASU strike, no COVID-19 pandemic, and you should be done with your law 6-7 years maximum.
Our process is a lot longer.
No, I imagine we are using that your process in Nigeria, and we are still having ASU strike. That means people will end up spending like 20 years studying law in Nigeria. That's very interesting. So, like you said, if you actually knew how difficult the route would be, you would still have challenged yourself.
Yes, I think I will. Would you have?
I don't think I would. If it is in Nigeria especially, I wouldn't. Maybe if it is in that jurisdiction, I could consider. Because I even know, this law school in Nigeria, for you to get admission into this law school, it's not about writing exams. It's about, they'll just tell you to wait. They will call you. You don't know what you are waiting for. They'll say they don't have enough resources. The number of candidates are more than the available law school campuses. So you just wait and hope one day they'll call you. Is that not unfortunate?
That's very
No, it would have been better if you were waiting, maybe writing exams, developing yourself. At times, you just wait and hope that one day you get a call. And don't forget, National Youth Service is still waiting. And this is what actually scatters a lot of people's career progression in Nigeria. After your university, you are waiting for your law school. So you don't know whether you should go for your National Youth Service call first, or you should wait for the law school. Then you should wait for the law school. Then you can go for your National Youth Service call. Well, I didn't wait.
You didn't wait. Why didn't you wait?
We spent about 8 or 9 years in school, and it's not because I failed though, because of COVID, Nigerian factor generally. And so at the end of spending 9 years in school, law school asked us to wait for our admission. Just go and stay somewhere. So I feel like, why should I be wasting more time? So I had to go for my National Youth Service call. That was Delta State. Then fortunately for me, I finished my national Youth service called December. Then law school called me in January.
So you were lucky.
Yeah, I
It
was.
worked out for you.
It's worked out for me. So if you had the option of choosing between the Nigerian route and the island route, which one would you prefer, and why?
I think this is a very hard question. I think they both have the benefits, even though I sometimes complain about the Irish system and that it's a bit, it could become a lot more simpler. I think it's beneficial. I think otherwise, I think it's a challenge. You know, it makes you work hard, I guess. But I think I like the Nigerian system. I think it's the same system that some other countries, similar anyways, some other jurisdictions have, where you just go to law school immediately for 5 years, you come out, you get called to the bar. And I think maybe I'm leaning towards the Nigerian system a little bit without the
It's not challenging, so why are
the
you falling in love
context.
with it?
the Nigerian system. Why wouldn't I?
Because it's not challenging. You told me
Yeah.
at the beginning you love things that will challenge you. So why do you think the island system is like that? Does it have any advantage, practical advantage over the Nigerian legal
I don't know. I think
education system?
it's like a bar to prevent everybody from becoming a
Oh
lawyer,
yeah, I understand.
to prevent people. I don't know,
So
but I think the way it is, the way Ireland, because Ireland is right next to the UK, and a lot of our jurisdictions and our precedents and the cases that we study, a lot of them, obviously Irish systems, they have their
Common
cases
law.
as well, but a lot of our cases we follow the UK, and so the UK system of becoming a lawyer is similar to that as well. So I think back in the day, I'm not too sure. I need to research on the history, but I think they followed the UK. So I think that's why the system is like that. But even the UK is adapting. So I think the Law Society in Ireland, I think they're going to adapt soon, because a lot of people are complaining about the system. So I think they'll change their system.
is
soon
it
enough.
about the time or
Just the way it is
cumbersome?
it's cumbersome, because like I mentioned before, that just before you can start your training contract at a law firm, you have to sit.
So what stage are you now?
So I just finished my professional exams. So in the next couple of months, I'll be starting my training contract.
So to Nigerian parents and students listening to us out there, what model would you recommend? Would you rather they go for the island model or they stick to their Nigerian model before they make mistakes?
This is a very this question. I think
No,
you have to
if you have
weigh-
a child now, would you make your child go through the Nigerian route or the island route to be a lawyer?
I think there's so many other factors you need to consider into this. The kind of person you are, if you can wait, if you're patient, and also, like we also mentioned, the Nigerian context.
Yeah.
We say it will take 5 years, but it can take longer.
Very
So you
well.
also have to be aware of that, and also you have to also see which jurisdiction you like. I think the way they practice law in Nigeria and Ireland is very different.
You know, there's something I like about you is that you answer questions like a lawyer. Now answer question like a general person. Between the Nigerian stop staying at the middle. Thank God we are both lawyers, so I caught you. Between the Nigerian and the island model, what would you rather recommend?
My child. I mean, I live in Ireland now, so I would encourage them to go.
Okay, for
the
people in
Irish
Nigeria,
system.
what model?
I think you have to think about afterwards, because when you're qualified in Nigeria, you can only practice in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
When you're qualified in Ireland, you can only practice in Ireland. So you have to think about where you want to practice in the future. If you want to become a lawyer in Ireland
If both places
or
are
in Nigeria.
open, if both places are open to you in the future, you see, the faster you run, the harder I'm running after you. If both countries are open to you,
I think maybe the Nigerian system, because it's a lot more simple.
it's a lot more.
It's a lot more simple
Oh,
than
you know, we could continue this all day. Unfortunately, there's limitation of time. Our program only lasts about 20 minutes. So maybe some other time would be very happy to have you here. We can go deeper into the differences, not just within the studying, but you know, the law as practiced in Nigeria and Ireland. Thank you very much, Oreloa. That's a wonderful time we've had with you. So to Nigerian parents there, well, all I say, you should stick to the Nigerian model And of course, I think she's actually open. She said, if you want the island model, depends on what you want for yourself. But I pushed her into taking a position. Thank you very much. This is what we have on Oxygen 96.9 FM. Today, this will be the end of your favorite legal hour program. Until next week, Wednesday, stay safe and stay happy. My name once again is Darasimi, OPEFEYITIMI. Thank you.